Martinez to get my education. I went to Mount Diablo, but for my ROP courses, I had to take those at Martinez for my physical therapy. So, you know, even here, we have the mental health. If someone wants to study mental health, they can do that. If they want to do daycare, we have the facilities here. Granted, we don't have a hospital, but if you want your internship, you can go out. We're not saying you have to stay here, but it's time this community is served with a high school. And it doesn't have to be on this side, but somewhere here in Bay Point. Yep.
Okay. A couple others?
Just building on the idea, since consensus is in favor of a high school being in Bay Point. If Mount Diablo could work, if we do get a high school back here, hopefully it'll be a brand new school. If Mount Diablo could work to bring in more partnerships, more community support for the students here so that they won't feel isolated and still be able to address their concerns and career options.
Yes, given Mount Diablo's financial situation, what are the chances are that a school will be built, either K through 5 or 9 through 12?
That's always the tough question. You know, and the question was, you know, what's the reality, you know, and kind of expanding on that, what are the funding opportunities here? You know, how are we going to pay for anything that we do in this area? And one of the things that Cheryl and Jamie do is not only look at, you know, where the students are, but they do help and have helped the district for years and years with their state eligibility. And just to expand upon that, Cheryl.
You see me jump up when that question comes. Yeah, I get that question a lot about facilities and funding facilities. Facilities funding is restricted money. It comes from a completely different place. It's not general fund monies. It's not the money that pay for your teachers, or your transportation, or your programming. That's general fund monies. Facility money comes from developer fee funds, which are restricted by the state of California law, that they can only be used to extend the useful life of current facilities or to construct new facilities. And facility money comes from general obligation bond monies. When the taxpayers have, you see that thing on your tax bill that says you're paying for a school bond, that's for facilities money. And that money is also restricted in how it can be used for those facilities. So this money for facilities really comes from very restricted funds and not from your general fund. So while we know that schools are in dire financial straits all over the state of California, many of my districts who we work with throughout the state are still receiving money from the state bonds, which are restricted funds, state school bond funds. And so for modernization, this district has been very proactive, and in the last 8 years, this district has received for its facilities to modernize, to build the San Marco, which is now Delta View, over $120 million. Now you may say that seems like a lot of money, and where did it all come from, or where did it all go to? But according to the state of California, all the handicap access and all the fire, life, and safety has to be handled first. So while some of it may not seem to have been, you know, spent exactly how you would have spent it, the state of California law requires that schools have certain standards. So the district has been very proactive and continues to be proactive in finding state money. That's what we help them with besides the demographics work that we do. So, and part of the finding of state money requires a demographic analysis. So I hope that helps answer some questions about the state of the California schools and the issues with funding facilities.
Okay, so part of this master plan as we present it to the school district will include, you know, some of those things that Cheryl talked about as to where those monies come from and what the district's particular eligibilities are in this area. Okay. One last question. All right. I want to thank you all for coming and being so vocal and attentive. You know, we can always do things better, but this is the first start. And again, I appreciate appreciate you guys all coming and voicing your opinions. I want to reiterate that the website, www.baypointmasterplan.com, if it's not up and running tonight, it should be up and running no later than the end of the day tomorrow. It is only in English at this point, but we will work on getting a Spanish section of that, and just check back from time to time. Share this with your neighbors, you know, encourage them to comment, you know, help spread the word yourselves. The district can take great steps, but you know, this is a grassroots effort in a lot of cases, and it starts with you guys. So thanks for coming, and have a good evening.